We've all felt the paradox of confidence. You need it to take the actions that build it, leaving you stuck in a loop of hesitation. But what if the conventional wisdom about feeling ready is wrong? What if confidence isn't something you're born with, but a skill you can systematically build? Today, we're going to talk about how to build confidence, taking neuroscience, psychology, performance coaching, all these principles, and showing you all these science-backed strategies to activate it. Number one, confidence is not a prerequisite. The most common misconception about confidence is that it's a prerequisite for the action. In reality, it's the exact opposite. The science of performance shows that confidence is the result of action, not the fuel for it. The perfect illustration for this is when you watch kids learning to walk. They don't learn and practice because they're confident they can walk. They just do it over and over until one day they can stand steady. And then they get more confident to walk quicker, and eventually they're running one day. We all believe we have to feel confident before we apply for that promotion or start that side hustle or make the hard decision. However, confidence is what happens when you take the action anyways. It's what you feel when you keep promises to yourself and do it even when you don't feel ready. Confidence is knowing that you'll figure it out no matter what. Hit that like and subscribe button if you agree. This reframe is incredibly powerful. It removes the pressure of having to feel confident before you start and gives you permission to do it scared. You don't need to eliminate the fear, you can just do it anyways. As I tell my kids every day, you can do hard things. Number two, your brain can copy and paste confidence from others. While taking direct action is the ultimate proof, your brain has a remarkable shortcut for getting started. You don't always have to be the one to act yourself. You can begin by training your brain through observation. According to neuroscience research, the brain contains specialized cells called mirror neurons that activate both when we perform an action and when we watch someone else perform an action. Think of this as a biological confidence copying system. When you observe a self-assured person speaking in a meeting or navigating a social event, your mirror neurons fire as if you were doing it yourself, helping your brain create a similar blueprint for confidence. Simply put, it's that feeling some people get when they think, if they can do it, so can I. This provides a powerful strategy that requires no physical action, but rather focused observation. By intentionally watching confident role models, whether in person, in media, or in presentations, you are actively giving your brain the data it needs to build its own confidence pathways. This is why it's so powerful when kids see actors or athletes or role models who look like them. It gives you that confirmation that someone like you, someone who looks like you, can do it, so you can too. For me, growing up with immigrant parents, I often would tell myself, well, my parents managed to come to a new country and create a new life, so I can do it too, so I can do anything. By witnessing their determination, perseverance, and grit, it gave me the feeling that I possessed the same qualities and could also do anything I put my mind to. So thanks to my mommy and daddy. Number three, reinforcing what you already know. Reinforcing what you already know is as powerful as learning something new. We often assume that building confidence requires constantly learning new skills. However, a fascinating study on continuing education for medical professionals reveals a surprising truth. Validating what you already know can be just as powerful as learning something new. The study found that continuing education boosts confidence not just by teaching something new, but also by confirming or reinforcing the knowledge and competence a person already possesses. Remarkably, while both groups saw a significant increase in confidence, the post-education confidence levels between the improved and the reinforced groups were not significantly different. This means that simply validating your existing abilities can be as impactful as acquiring a new skill. This is a game changer because it proves that you don't always need to be in the state of learning something new to grow. Taking stock, reviewing, and validating your current experience is a powerful confidence building exercise in itself. It provides a solid foundation of self trust by proving you are already capable, you have everything you need. Most of us take for granted what we already know and are experts at. So, this is a great reminder to stop and take stock of all that you already know. Number 4, fear and excitement are almost the same emotion. You get to pick the label. The frantic heartbeat, the surge of cortisol, the shaky hands. We instantly label this feeling as fear or anxiety, but neuroscientific research shows that the physiological responses to fear and excitement are nearly identical. The only real difference is the story you tell yourself about what you're feeling. This phenomenon is the basis for a powerful psychological tool called cognitive reappraisal. Because fear and excitement are both high arousal emotional states, it's psychologically much easier to shift your brain from fear to excitement rather than it is to try to calm down to a low arousal state. The actionable advice is simple but transformative. The next time you feel the physical symptoms of fear, consciously relabel the feeling, reframe, and tell yourself, I'm not scared, I'm just excited. This small act of reframing can hijack the physiological response and turn debilitating anxiety and fear into productive energy. So remember, the difference between fear and excitement is simply the sentence you tell yourself. Number 5, embarrassment is a choice, not a fact. The fear of judgment is one of the biggest barriers to taking confident action. We worry about what others will think if we fail or if we make a mistake, but this fear is based on a collection of cognitive distortions that we can choose to unlearn. This is something we've all experienced, and it's actually called the spotlight effect. We falsely believe that the spotlight is on us, when in reality, we are grossly overestimating how much anyone is paying attention. Not to mention, it doesn't help when our inner mean girl is going off on us. That critical voice in your head that's constantly telling you how that was so dumb or you shouldn't have done that. The thing is, we think our inner critic is trying to hurt or shame us, but in reality, it's our primitive brain's way of trying to keep us safe at this perceived danger of social failure. So instead of listening and believing your inner critic, learn to turn the volume down and give it less airtime. Over time, you'll realize the spotlight isn't on you and that your inner critic is just an overbearing protector who wants to keep you safe, even if that means staying stuck in the same place. As soon as you truly embrace the truth, you'll free yourself from the judgment, anxiety, and imagined opinions of others. Now, these 5 truths aren't just my opinion. These are psychological tricks that you can use to reshape your brain's own neuroplasticity. When you do it scared, or observe a role model, or relabel fear as excitement, you are physically strengthening the neural circuits of competence and resilience. Building real, lasting confidence isn't about grand, fearless gestures. It's about a series of small, intentional shifts in action and perspective that partner with your brain's natural ability to change. Confidence is not a fixed trait. It's a skill waiting to be built. So now that you know confidence is a skill that you can build, what's the first small step that you'll take to prove it to yourself? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to lock in and learn how you can transform your finances once and for all, watch this next video that pops up here.